Reality feels solid. The ground under your feet feels firm. The world looks stable and permanent. Yet a quiet and unsettling question sits beneath all of this. What if everything around us is not truly real? What if the life you are living right now is only a carefully constructed illusion? Your memories, your body, the sky above you, the universe itself. All of it could be part of something far more mysterious than anyone once believed. For centuries, humans assumed that reality was simple. The universe existed, people lived inside it, time moved forward. But modern science and deep philosophy have started to challenge that simple picture. Some of the brightest thinkers in the world have begun to explore an unsettling possibility. The possibility that what feels like reality may only be a layer covering something deeper. The idea may sound unbelievable at first, yet the arguments behind it are serious enough that scientists, physicists, and philosophers continue to debate it today. A growing number of researchers believe that the universe might behave less like a natural world and more like a system built on hidden rules, almost like a program running behind the scenes. If that sounds like science fiction, the surprising truth is that parts of modern physics already describe the universe in ways that feel strangely similar to digital systems. The building blocks of matter behave in ways that seem mathematical and structured. Space and time may not be smooth and continuous. Some theories suggest they might be made of tiny units, almost like pixels forming a giant cosmic screen. Even more surprising is the role of the human brain. What you see, hear, and feel is not the raw universe itself. Your brain receives signals and then builds a simplified version of reality for you to experience. Colors do not exist in the universe the way we see them. Sound does not travel through space as music or voices. These experiences are created inside your mind. The brain acts like a translator, turning invisible signals into the world you think you are living in. This raises a deeply unsettling question. If the brain already constructs the reality we experience, then how can anyone be completely sure that this constructed world reflects the true nature of existence? History is full of moments when humans believed they understood reality, only to later discover that they were completely wrong. At one time, people believed the Earth was the center of the universe. Later discoveries shattered that belief. At another time, matter was believed to be solid and indivisible. Then science revealed that atoms are mostly empty space. Each new discovery has slowly chipped away at the confidence humans once had about understanding the world. Now a new question is being asked. What if reality itself is not what it appears to be? What if existence is more like a complex system than a physical universe? Some philosophers have suggested that advanced civilizations could eventually develop technology powerful enough to simulate entire universes. Inside those simulations could exist conscious beings who believe their world is real. If millions or even billions of these simulated worlds exist, then the chances of living in the original base reality might become extremely small. This idea is known as the simulation hypothesis. It has been discussed by serious researchers, university professors, and even technology leaders. The idea does not claim that reality is definitely simulated, but it raises a powerful probability question. If simulations of entire worlds become possible, then simulated minds could easily outnumber biological ones. In that case, the odds of being inside a simulation might become surprisingly high. Yet the mystery goes even deeper than that. There are strange limits in physics that continue to puzzle scientists. The universe appears to run on extremely precise mathematical laws. Certain physical constants are balanced so perfectly that even tiny changes could make life impossible. Some researchers have wondered whether these exact values could be part of a deeper, underlying system. At the same time, quantum physics has revealed behavior that challenges common sense. Particles can exist in multiple states at once. Events at the smallest scale sometimes appear unpredictable until they are observed. These discoveries do not prove that reality is artificial, but they raise questions that are far from simple. The deeper scientists explore the universe, the more mysterious it becomes. One of the most fascinating parts of this debate is that proving the truth may be impossible. If reality were simulated, then every experiment, every observation, and every discovery would still exist inside that simulation. Any evidence discovered would also be part of the system itself. This creates a strange philosophical trap where certainty becomes extremely difficult to reach. The more people think about this idea, the more it challenges basic assumptions about existence. But the goal of exploring this question is not to create fear or confusion. Instead, it pushes the human mind to explore deeper levels of understanding. Throughout history, progress has often started with uncomfortable questions, questions that challenge what everyone assumes to be true. The mystery of existence may be far greater than the human mind once believed. In this video, a deeper journey will begin into one of the most fascinating questions ever asked. The discussion will explore why some scientists think reality might not be fundamental, how the brain constructs the world people experience every day, and why modern physics has opened the door to ideas that once belonged only in philosophy. Hidden details about perception, consciousness, and the structure of the universe will slowly reveal how fragile the concept of reality might actually be. Along the way, surprising theories and lesser-known insights from science and philosophy will show just how strange existence can become when examined closely. By the end of this journey, a completely new way of thinking about reality may begin to form. The final part of the video will uncover one of the most important questions of all. Even if reality were not what it appears to be, would that actually change what it means to exist? The answer might be more surprising than expected. Every moment of this exploration builds toward that final idea, so watching until the end will reveal a perspective that completely reshapes how existence itself can be understood. Now, welcome to our channel, a place where curiosity meets deep ideas and where the biggest questions about reality are explored step by step. If exploring mysteries like this interests you, and you want more mind-opening journeys into science, philosophy, and the unknown, make sure to subscribe to the channel and become part of this growing community of curious minds. Human life depends heavily on the senses. Sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell guide almost every decision people make each day. These senses create the feeling that the world is stable and trustworthy. Eyes see objects, ears hear voices, hands feel surfaces, and the mind accepts these signals as proof that reality is exactly as it appears. This trust feels natural because it has worked well enough for survival throughout human history. Yet the reliability of the senses is far weaker than most people realize. The brain does not receive reality directly. It only receives signals, and those signals can easily be misinterpreted. Optical illusions reveal how the brain can see shapes, motion, or colors that do not actually exist in the outside world. A still image can appear to move. Two identical colors can look completely different depending on the background around them. The brain fills gaps and makes guesses, turning incomplete information into a clear picture that feels convincing. In daily life, this process works smoothly, so the mind rarely questions it. The strange part appears when this same system begins to create entire experiences that feel completely real, even when they are not. Sleep provides one of the most powerful examples of this effect. During dreams, the brain builds entire environments filled with people, places, and events. These experiences often feel just as real as waking life. The mind accepts the dream world without hesitation. Conversations happen, emotions appear, and physical sensations feel convincing. The dream continues until a sudden moment arrives when the mind wakes up and recognizes that none of it actually happened in the physical world. The realization can be shocking because only seconds earlier the dream felt perfectly real. This simple fact creates a disturbing question that philosophers have discussed for centuries. If a dream can feel completely real while it is happening, then what guarantees that waking life is not another level of the same experience? The difference between dreams and waking reality feels obvious after waking up, yet while the dream is happening, that difference is almost impossible to notice. This uncertainty opens the door to one of the deepest puzzles about existence. Confidence in reality depends heavily on the senses, but the senses themselves are capable of building convincing illusions. Modern neuroscience adds another layer to this puzzle. Research into the human brain shows that what people experience is not the raw universe, but a processed version of it. The brain acts like a translator between the outside world and conscious experience. Light waves enter the eyes, but the brain converts them into colors. Vibrations move through the air, but the brain turns them into sound. Pressure on the skin becomes the feeling of touch. These transformations happen instantly and automatically. As a result, people experience a smooth world filled with colors, sounds, and textures. Yet outside the brain, those experiences do not exist in the same form. The universe itself contains wavelengths, vibrations, and energy patterns. The brain interprets these signals and builds a simplified interface that humans can understand. Some researchers describe this system as a type of user illusion. The idea suggests that conscious experience works like the interface on a computer screen. A desktop shows small icons that represent files and programs, while the complex code running underneath stays hidden. The user does not need to see the code to operate the computer. In a similar way, the brain hides the overwhelming complexity of the universe and presents a simplified version that helps humans survive and interact with their environment. This interpretation raises another fascinating thought. If the brain already acts like an interface that hides deeper layers of reality, then the world people experience may only be a convenient representation rather than the true structure of existence. Colors, sounds, and even the flow of time could be part of this simplified system. Time, for example, feels like a smooth river moving from past to future. Yet physics suggests that time behaves in ways that are far stranger than everyday experience suggests. At extremely small scales, the universe may not flow continuously. Some theories propose that space and time could be divided into tiny units, almost like a grid forming the structure of reality. This possibility has led some thinkers to compare the universe to a digital system, where space and time act like the smallest building blocks of a larger framework. During the early years of the 21st century, a philosopher named Nick Bostrom developed an idea that pushed these questions even further. His proposal suggested that if advanced civilizations continue developing technology, they might eventually gain the ability to simulate entire universes. Such simulations could contain detailed environments, complete histories, and even conscious beings living inside them. If a civilization could run thousands or millions of these simulations, the number of simulated individuals could easily become far greater than the number of biological individuals living in the original civilization. This simple observation leads to a powerful probability argument. If simulated minds vastly outnumber real ones, then statistically, it becomes more likely for any individual mind to exist inside a simulation rather than in the original physical universe. The idea does not claim that reality is definitely simulated, but it presents a logical possibility that has attracted attention from scientists, philosophers, and technology researchers. The concept becomes even more intriguing when certain features of modern physics are considered. The universe appears to operate according to extremely precise mathematical laws. Physical constants control how matter behaves, how stars form, and how galaxies move through space. These constants are balanced so delicately that even a small change could make the universe incapable of supporting life. Some researchers describe this balance as one of the most puzzling features of cosmology. The structure of the universe also appears highly organized at both large and small scales. Particles follow mathematical patterns, and energy behaves according to consistent rules. Because of this mathematical structure, a few thinkers have suggested that the universe resembles a system built on fundamental information, similar to how digital worlds operate within computers. The comparison between physics and computation has led to speculation that reality itself could be built upon deeper informational rules. Even with these fascinating ideas, a serious problem appears when people attempt to prove or disprove them. Any evidence discovered inside the universe would still exist within the system being investigated. If reality were simulated, then every scientific instrument, every observation, and every measurement would also be part of that simulation. Strange patterns in physics might look like evidence of an artificial system, yet those patterns could also be natural features of the universe. This creates a logical trap where proof becomes extremely difficult to obtain. Evidence that seems to support the simulation idea could simply be another layer of the system itself. At the same time, the absence of evidence does not completely eliminate the possibility either. The question becomes trapped in a loop where certainty remains out of reach. Not everyone agrees with the simulation idea. Some scientists argue that the universe may be too complex to simulate perfectly. The amount of information required to represent every particle and every interaction might be far greater than any possible computer could handle. Certain physical processes may also involve randomness or deep quantum behavior that cannot be fully predicted by algorithms. If reality contains elements that are fundamentally non-computable, then a perfect simulation of the universe may never be possible. This perspective suggests that reality could still be entirely natural rather than artificial. As the debate continues, the most interesting part may not be whether the universe is simulated or not. The deeper issue touches on the meaning of existence itself. Conscious experience remains the central mystery. Even if reality were part of a simulation, the experiences within it would still feel real to the minds living inside it. Emotions, decisions, relationships, and memories would still shape each life. From the inside, existence would continue to carry meaning regardless of the deeper structure behind it. The question slowly shifts away from simply asking whether humans exist and begins moving toward a deeper investigation into what existence truly means within a universe that may be far more mysterious than it first appears. Reality may be exactly what it appears to be, a vast universe filled with stars, galaxies, and living beings. Or it may be something far stranger, a deeper system hidden behind the surface of what we experience every day. Perhaps we are biological creatures in a real physical universe. Perhaps we are patterns of information running inside an unimaginably advanced machine. Or perhaps the truth is something the human mind has not yet evolved enough to fully understand. What becomes clear through all of this is one powerful idea. Existence is far more mysterious than it seems. The deeper science and philosophy explore reality, the more questions appear. And maybe that mystery is what makes existence so fascinating. If this idea made you think in a new way, make sure to like the video, share it with someone who loves deep questions, and subscribe to the channel for more mind-opening explorations about reality, science, and the unknown.